Welcome to another episode of the Book Fix podcast, a podcast that fixes lives one book at a time. I'm your host, Yajaira.
And I'm your host, Cheli. Hello, hello.
Hi, Cheli.
We survived the attacks, dude.
We really did. Apenas.
Apenas.
Por poquito, eh?
Sorry to go straight into it, but I have book tea that really affects the community, like, in such a big way. But we made it.
Okay.
But in case someone didn't hear, AO3, known as Archive of Our Own, which is a very famous site where there's a lot of fan fiction, was down for, I believe it was 38 hours. It was,
oh my god,
and it said that there was an AO3 DDoS attack. So it's so funny.
Wait, what? DDoS?
Yeah, it's called a DDoS attack, which is distributed denial of service, meaning that it was just not turning on for anyone. So if you tried going on, there was a page that said like it wasn't a 404 page, it was like a 52 something page, which means that for some reason, a lot of people, because you know how when you make an AO3, you have to like request if you can make one and then they send you an email back.
Yeah.
So apparently thousands and thousands of people requested at the same time with the purpose of taking the site down. So
oh my god,
that wasn't known at the time. So when the site went down, fucking TikTok went to work. TikTok and Twitter. People who like normally read themselves to sleep or read in the morning were like, what the fuck do I do now? Just think in my thoughts? Like just be in my mind by myself? That's where the demons are. Like, hell no. And there were people that were like, damn, AO3 really be giving us temporary character death. like their tags that they would use. And there was this one person was like, it never occurred to me that so many people read fan fiction until AO3 goes down and you all come out of the shadows.
Oh my god, they really outed everyone. And it's so funny because I would be the same way. Like I would always read like, well, this was before we started our podcast. I would also be reading like fan fiction at night or something. Not really early in the morning because I feel like I'm always rushing in the morning. But because I have school right now, I haven't really been on AO3, so trying to picture myself back then when I would be on it like every night, damn, I think I would be so anxious. I would just be like, what am I going to do now?
It was funny.
Just lay here and sleep?
It was funny because there were people like, I guess I'm going back to Wattpad. I guess I'm going back to fanfiction.net. And it's like they would post memes of people crying like, AO3, please come back. I'll pretend that I don't care so you can get fixed faster. You know, like it was really affecting people. So then it was confirmed later that it was a DDoS attack. It was a planned attack where more than 4,000 users like reported problems with the down detector, which I don't really know what that means. But Archive of our Own like made a statement and they were like, please wait, we're looking into it, please stand by. And this was July 10th at 5 p.m. But then the attackers came forward, I guess, and they turned out to be a collective of religiously and politically motivated hackers. So they released a statement. And they said, one of the hackers had said that they were against AO3 in particular because it is against all forms of degeneracy. And the site is full of disgusting smuts and other LGBTQ and NSFW things. So then AO3 had to come forward and tell people that they were being attacked, but do not believe their motivations. Like, you know, AO3 is a very like trusted site and like, you know, they would never attack a certain group of people or whatever. So it was like a huge thing. So after I believe it was 30 to 36 hours, the site is now back. But it was like a very crazy 36 hours.
Oh my god, Twitter must have been going crazy.
I know.
Or Threads, one or the other.
It's crazy to me like how much or how moved people can be to take down like a site like AO3.
I know, it's not even doing anything wrong, just giving us beautiful stories, like bedtime stories. I'm sorry.
It's funny because it's like they're over here talking about the evils of like the smuts and the LGBTQ. And it's like, you know what? If I want to read, I don't want to call myself out. If I want to read my found family shit, then let me read my found family shit. Okay. Wait. Wait. Let's reveal ourselves right now. What was one of the fandoms you read for that when you look back at,
my God,
you'd be
no.
like,
I don't want to reveal myself. You know what? Suddenly I don't like being on the hot seat.
If you do it, I'll do it.
Listen. I oh my God, this is embarrassing. Okay, when I was in is it sixth grade when you're 11 or is it? Yeah. When I was in sixth grade.
Yeah.
I was really, really into Hannah Montana. And so somehow, I don't even know how it happened, but I found like some fan fictions. And of course, in the beginning, it was Miley Cyrus and Nick Jonas. But somehow I got like swooped into reading fanfics about Miley and Joe Jonas. And I was surprised they had a lot of traction. Not like a whole lot, like, oh my God, like hundreds of thousands, but like, I feel like there was a good enough people there. I was like, damn.
Dude.
My people, I guess. Oh my God, I can't. And that's how it all started. No, actually, I think the first fan fiction I ever like saw was an Inuyasha one. And I didn't know what it was. I was like, what is this?
That's so funny because the first fan fiction I ever saw, I also did not know it was fan fiction. And I literally read it on my minutes phone. Like, you know, the phone where it's like, if you're on the internet, it's 25 cents. And so, so I was super into Naruto. And I remember I had caught up with the show, like even like the Japanese show. So like, I was like, I have to wait for the next episode. What do I do? So I would look up like Naruto episode 143, like the episode that was supposed to come out next. And then I wrote that in and someone was like, my thoughts on what's going to happen in the next episode. But I thought it was the next episode. Like, I thought someone had written it out and, like, explained what it was. But I was like, it's weird. For some reason, it got all romantic. But, I mean, I'm not complaining. And I remember going to my sister, and I'm like, do you know they're a couple now? Like, they're together now. Isn't that crazy? And I was very embarrassed when I figured out what it was.
Aww.
But I was super...
So innocent.
Yeah. That's where it started with me. It was started with anime. It moved on to video games. It moved on to comic books and just kind of like devolved from there.
So Naruto was your big fandom? What was the ship? I have no idea about Naruto ships.
It was Naruto and Hinata because that was my ship.
Oh, yeah? Okay, I have no idea. Picturing them? Wow.
But then I got super into reading like found family for like a good second. When I mean second, I mean like several months of just reading found family.
She's still in it, actually.
So, like, I mean, I feel like with fan fiction, you kind of hop everywhere. Dude, I've read the weirdest shit, though. Like, I've also read, like, fan fiction for, like, Tetris, the game. And it was, like, the L piece and the long piece. So, like...
What the fuck? How does that even work?
You get curious, dude. Yeah, it doesn't work. That was why it was a romance, because it was like, no, they don't belong together, but they love each other.
Right. They do belong together. You know what? I see it now. I see the vision. Yeah. I love it.
It's kind of like...
Love.
Yeah, it's like a forbidden romance. I would even say kind of like a dark romance. Oh my God. Dark romance.
Oh.
Here we are today.
God, dark romance.
Today we are going back into dark romance. It has been a while, dude.
Yeah. Way too long, honestly.
I know that we have to like dedicate a month to dark romance because it's I don't know, dude.
You know, spooky season is coming, so I feel like now is a good time.
I think you might be right. But today we are going to be talking about book 1 of the Vicious Lost Boys series. The book is called Never King by Nikki St. Crowe. So, where did you hear about this book?
I saw it on TikTok for a while. I think when it was first released, that's when I kept seeing and hearing people talk about how, oh, you need to read this book. So I just kind of like kept it in my mind that maybe one day we would read it, and yeah, that's why.
So, do you want to give us a spoiler-free summary before we get into it?
Yes. So, The Never King is a dark romance, Why Choose, where it's like a Peter Pan retelling, where our main character, Winnie Darling, her family is cursed, where when the women turn 18, they will be kidnapped and taken into Neverland, where King Peter Pan is desperate to figure out where his shadow is, or else he will die.
Wow. Good, sweet, and to the point. If you like
Thank you.
retellings, if you like dark romance, if you like polyamory, I do recommend you go read this book. We are about to spoil the fuck out of it, so just be prepared for that. But oh my gosh, I don't know why it didn't occur to me that this was a Peter Pan retelling.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, his name is literally Peter Pan.
Well, like when I saw the cover, I was just kind of like, okay, whatever. Lost Boys? Yeah. All the boys are lost out here.
Yeah.
Like
I know them.
It didn't click to me. So like when I started and I realized that it was a retelling, I was like, oh my fucking God. I can't believe you got this is like hooked all over again.
Hey, I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't know. And I didn't know until I read the first page.
And you were like, hell yeah. I feel, okay, Yajaira and I don't tell each other how we feel about these books. So I'm going to guess that based on your track record.
Oh my God. What does that mean?
I think.
What are you trying to say? You know what? Turn off the podcast. What are you trying to say?
Everyone, turn away. I'm sorry, Queen. I'm sorry. I just have to tell him. I have to be honest.
I have to be honest.
I think Yajaira would give this a 4 out of 5.
Oh, that is so funny. Because, you know, based on your track record.
Amazing, good, and great. Yeah.
May I remind you of how obsessed you were of one certain super fucking long book.
I don't know what the Bible.
Where there may or may not have been vipers involved. I'm gonna say you would give this a 4 also.
Okay, first of all, it's not vipers, it's the vipers. Okay, the vipers.
Oh my God, the vipers, the only vipers that matter.
Remind me to talk about the vipers at the end of this. It's okay. I'll write it on my arm.
I'm actually not gonna remind you.
I'll write it on my arm.
I'm not gonna remind you. No.
I'm just gonna. What should I write? I'm just gonna draw a little snake.
You set like a little timer.
I'm just gonna draw a little snake. Why don't we go ahead and start with this story, because it is not your average, like, fantastical story. It starts off like in modern day, and we are introduced to Winnie, who is
Winnie Darling,
literally in a truck letting like a football player just like have sex with her. And he's really bad at it. It's like she's just like, damn, I have to fake it again. Ugh, get off of me. Oh my God. She like, in that small beginning, you can tell that her whole life is just like this. Like all she does is sleep around, because that's kind of the only way that she could feel. You know, she is bored by everything in her life, and she is like not in a good relationship, or does not have a good relationship with her mom, because her mom is insane in her eyes. Her mom keeps saying that at 18 years old, Winnie is going to be kidnapped by Pan, and it's going to happen. And, you know, she's like, the mom has done like a lot of things to ward off the evils from Winnie that is honestly could be viewed as like abusive, but it was like out of ways to protect Winnie. Winnie is very malnourished. She's not taken care of by her mom and does not believe her mom. So by the time she turns 18, she's like in a special room trying to like not be seen by Pan. But Pan breaks in anyway and takes Winnie and leaves Mary, which is Winnie's mom, behind.
Yeah. And so, but in the beginning, we quickly learn that it's because their family is cursed, and nobody really understands like why. And I think it's because Mary can't really tell her too much. And also she's not really all the way there. But from what Winnie can understand is that the family is cursed, and they do come back, and they all come back at like different points. Some are a little bit quicker than others, but anytime the darling women come back, they're always a little bit mad, like something went wrong. And so she's very nervous because she keeps saying like, oh, I don't want to become mad like her. Like, I don't want this to happen to me.
And so when Winnie is finally kidnapped, it really sucks because as soon as she ends up in Neverland, she's just kind of like, fuck, my mom wasn't lying and I never believed her. And like, it's like such a like gut wrenching feeling to her. But she doesn't really let it stick because she's like, she's been kidnapped. There's all these people around her. And the first two that she's introduced to is Cass and Bash, who are the Lost Boys. And
twins?
They're twins.
Right?
They're twins and are like the ones who are in charge of watching her.
Mm-hmm. And they're also fairy princes.
Fae, actually.
So
but
Cass...
Okay. Just kidding.
Okay, excuse me. No. I think it was Cass or Bash.
The nice one?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
He was like, actually, in your world, they would be fairies, but here it would be fae because we're cooler.
Yeah. It's so funny because, like, I didn't know this was going to be Den of Vipers-esque. Like, I didn't know that's what it was going towards. So when the Lost Boys were told, like, do not touch the darling. Like, you can't touch the darlings. Remember, that's our biggest rule. And, I think it's literally like 30 pages in. They had made pancakes for Winnie. And when Winnie was eating them, she was eating them super provocatively. Well, to them, it was provocative. To her, it was just like, I'm enjoying pancakes, whatever. But I think it was Cass who no, it was Bash who had looked at her and then looked away and was like, get it together. You're a lost boy. You can get lost pussy anywhere. I was like, who the fuck calls it lost
Oh my
pussy?
God.
Who calls it lost pussy?
I was like, oh my God, this cannot be serious. But she's kidnapped and, you know, they're not that like nice to her and she's obviously chained up to the bed. And so she quickly comes with like a game plan. She's like, okay, how can I get out of here like sane? And her solution is like, you know what? I'm going to cause some tension around here. And she does reveal that she like slept with all of the football players. So she was like, oh, I'm known as Winnie Whore. So then that's what I'm going to do here. Like, I'm just going to sleep with everyone. And she knows that Pan has that rule, like no one can fuck the darlings. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna fuck shit up then.
So the first one that she tries to seduce is Cass, and they like sit in the bed, and she like starts tracing her fingers around his tattoos, and slowly starts going lower and lower. And he's just kind of like, no, you can't do that. We're not allowed to touch any of the darlings. And she's just like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And he leaves. But like literally goes outside like her window, basically. Like he's down the street and she watches him as he goes up to a random girl and she's just like kind of like starstruck because these girls would do anything for the Lost Boys, like mostly those top four. And he's just like, go on your knees and suck my dick. And that's what she fucking does. And it's like, oh my God.
And fucking Winnie is looking outside the window like, damn, that is so hot. Yeah. That should be me. Oh my God. It should actually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, fake fan.
Okay, someone's a believer, but okay.
Yeah, not me. It's you.
But that happens and she starts to feel jealous and turned on. So then Bash comes in and sees her like that. And I don't remember how fast she seduces him, but she does. And they start to have sex. But then fucking Peter Pan walks in. And the guy...
Because he like felt it, you know? He felt a rift. He was like, someone is touching the darling.
On all fours running. Like, need to go figure out.
That's literally what happened. He was just like, She was supposed to be mine first.
Dude. But then... fucking he's like still in her. Bash is like still in her, and Peter Pan's like by the door, como un papa, like a dad, like leaning, like what do we have here? And Bash is like, oh shit,
oh my
like
God.
You know, he got caught, and he's like, no, don't let me disturb the fun. Go ahead, Do what you were doing.
Please keep going. Keep going.
And so he does, and he finishes inside of her, and then is like, peace. Did what I had to. And then Peter Pan finishes the job. But I think he like fingers her, right?
Yeah, he does. And she's just like so turned on. She's just like, oh my God, these men are so handsome. And obviously, like, she's kidnapped, but she's also enjoying this.
Yeah. How did you feel about the spice?
It was okay. Not my favorite spice, but I just kind of accepted it, you know?
I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty good. There was one spice scene that I liked more than the other ones, and I want you to guess.
Oh, gee, I wonder which one it is.
I'm not gonna say, but I don't know. It happens really quick because it's after this day where they're all like, "No, she's different," and they all kind of felt it the first day too. But they're like, "No, she's different. She like has a different vibe. She feels different than the other darlings. We feel like with her, we're going to be able to complete what we really want." And so then she kind of goes around and like starts hunting for answers. So first of all, there's another lost boy that is a main character. His name is Vane, and he is just meaner than the rest. And they notice, or she notices, that he's just kind of like, he's low-key feral. Like this boy, he's lost. He's lost.
Yeah.
Okay. So then she meets a girl, a human that stays with them, whose name is Cherry. And she reveals like Peter Pan lost his shadow a long time ago. And everyone has two shadows, I believe. And he needs to gain it back or else he will die. Or he can't be like the king of Neverland anymore. And then they reveal too that the reason Vane is the way he is because he has the shadow of death. So it's like all of them are kind of messed up because they're all kind of missing a thing. And if Peter Pan is able to get back his shadow, it's supposed to make things better. And the way that
because also the island is dying because he doesn't have his shadow, and so the stakes are high. Yeah. So, and he is getting really weak at this point. He's like, this is the last darling that I can survive. I cannot survive the next one. Yep. So he's really desperate.
And like a lot of things happen. Well, not really. Nothing really happens. But they all get really attached to Winnie. And like there's like this bonfire that's happening, and Cherry's like, let's invite Winnie. And like, we won't tell Peter Pan, but we'll ask for his forgiveness after he figures out. And so she goes out and she drinks Fey wine, which is like notoriously known for being like super, like it affects humans a lot. So then she's super affected by it, and she just starts to have sex with like this random lost man. I don't like saying lost boy, but she does that, and Peter Pan, he like you know, his canine senses.
He's just touching her, no? Isn't he just touching her breasts?
No, dude. She's like straddling him. They might just be grinding, honestly. I'm not sure. But
oh, okay.
Vane comes. It's funny because Vane, he's supposed to be like the dark or morally gray character. You know what I mean? Like he's supposed to be the most morally gray. And like fucking come knocking at Peter Pan's tomb. It's like, Mr. Pan, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Winnie just out here fucking wildin'. Like she's over here fucking, you know Ted? Yeah. With Ted. I know. Like, you know, and then it's like, well, why didn't you stop her, Vane, if you saw this? Like, I'm like, wait, Mr. Pan, is that part of my job? Like, I didn't know that was in the job description.
I didn't realize
Mr. Pan, I would have done it if you told me. But they immediately go and, you know, they handle it like adults. I felt like they handled it very well because Peter Pan is like, this man is hurting or, you know, violating a darling. What should I do? I'm going to take his fucking heart out and put it on the table. And he does that.
Yeah.
And Winnie is so shocked.
Does not even fucking hesitate, though. He just like shows up and rips his heart out.
No, fucking Mortal Kombat style.
Seriously.
Poor Ted never had a chance. It's funny because I thought that this was going to start driving Winnie to insanity. But you know what?
Okay.
I think she just needed a little 2-minute brain break. Because she had that. She was like, okay, pulled out his heart, but pros and cons. He did look hot doing it. So
wait, didn't they have sex like right after?
Yeah,
that?
dude, because
Like him,
they go
him covered in blood.
They go back to the base, okay, and then they're at the base. It's Vane, Peter Pan, Bash, and Cass, and he's like, don't ever let people touch you like that, and whatever, and you know, you're just trying to provoke me. And so then she gets really close to him and is like, provoke who, bitch? And then he is like, fine, if you want to act like this, then you're gonna fucking get what you want. And he turns her around and just starts having sex with her. And she's so turned on because like everyone's watching. And as soon as he's done, fucking Cass and Bash come and also have sex with her. And
they're like, boss? Wait, boss? Can I get a little...
Wait, boss?
Can I also...
I know.
Can I also, like, get a little bit of that,
boss.
please?
Boss, babe,
Boss?
I know you just gave me my bonus. You gave me 3 cloudberries, and honestly, boss, I really appreciate it. But that lost pussy don't hit no more. Okay, boss?
It does not.
Because you know what? It's lost pussy.
Like you used to.
I've never found it. It's very lost.
It's still lost.
I know. You gave it to me for my birthday. I lost it. I'm sorry. But then Vane comes up to her and is like, open your mouth. And she's like, okay, fuck it. And she opens her mouth. And dude,
she's turned on.
He spits in her mouth and then says, that's all you're going to get out of me. And I literally, dude, I fucking hate that shit.
Yeah, no. I was
fucking fuming. Like, I put down my iPad and I was like, that fucking bitch! If I was there, Cass, Bash, fucking hold me back! That ain't the only heart being ripped out tonight. Like, fucking hold me back. I would have been swinging, dude. I'm already spinning my fist. I was like, same. Yeah, 1 inch closer and you're dead. Okay, Vane?
Dude, I was so mad too when that happened. I was like, what the fuck? That's disgusting.
Oh, gosh. And then like
and degrading. Like, I don't know. I don't like I don't know if this is a controversial thing to say in a dark romance, but I don't like the spitting, especially in like the face, you know, like in the mouth.
And it's funny because Winnie makes a comment about it later to herself where she's like, I can't believe he did that. He made me really feel like a whore. I mean, I know that I am, but he didn't have to do that. I was like, what the fuck? What does that mean?
Well, because her little like nickname that she's also like proudly saying is, yeah, you know, they called me Winnie Whore. It's like, okay.
Yeah, but you didn't have to.
So do you like this or not? I'm confused. I'm very confused.
Don't get me wrong, I love it, but that doesn't mean you have to call me that. And it's like, Winnie, babe, rude. Baba? I fucking can't. That just threw me off. Like when she said that, I didn't expect her to. But she still tries like to like get Vane to sleep with her because there's a point where Vane is reading a book. He's reading Frankenstein and she sits on his lap. And then he was like, you don't want to fuck with people like me. And she's like, you're right. I just want to fuck you. That's what do you not understand? Did you not see Ted? Remember the guy with the heart ripped off? I think you know what my intentions are.
Do you remember him or not?
Oh my god. Ted, look, here's a piece of him.
She kept it.
Oh my god. But it's revealed later that in order to dig into her memories to figure out where Peter Pan's shadow is, they need help from the Fae Queen. But remember, Cass and Bash are Fae princes. And they actually, that is their sister, the Fae Queen, but they were banished because they had murdered their dad. So they lost their wings and were forced out of the kingdom. But they go to the Fae Queen because she has kind of like an agreement with Pan and is trying to help him look for his shadow. But like there's already kind of like suspicious things going on because before this, the twins had talked to each other and was like, how do we know that our sister is doing what she says that she's doing? Like, how are we so sure? because it's such a painful thing and then it never works. So how do we know? And it sucks because I wanted it to be different with Winnie, but it wasn't. She like experienced a lot of pain. She said it felt like something was digging into her skull, and it hurts because like all of them were watching and they looked like they wanted to jump and stop it because of how like attached they got to her. How did you feel when Vane was the one who stopped it?
Honestly, I wasn't that surprised that it was him, because obviously at this point, nothing had really happened between her and Vane for me to be like, oh my God, ship. So I had a feeling that I didn't know what he was going to do, but I wasn't surprised when he was like, he like went in there. No, like what did he do? I'm not entirely sure, but I just know that in 1 second.
He pulled her and took her to his room. And I remember when she was just like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why did you go in there for me? He was like, because I don't want to see another girl lose their mind. Like, I like that that was his justification.
Yeah, I like that too, honestly. But I feel like it needed to be him.
Yeah, I like that it was him. And then she has a dream and she remembers that one of her great-great-grandma had put, or no, she had another vision, or she had a vision where someone who looked like the Fae Queen, her name is Tilly, put something in a box and was like, well, now he can never find it. And then as soon as Winnie woke up, she was like, I need to go talk to Peter Pan. And then it's like, who do you know that looks like Tilly? I was like, oh, there was a fairy, her name was Tink, and she like basically hated him because he fell in love with the original Darling. And Tink was the one that hid his shadow. And the shadow is in a trunk that is in the real world in Winnie's home. So they go to Winnie's home, and there are people there that work for the queen that are like already there to find his shadow. So it turns out that what the twins thought was true, that the queen was just kind of fucking with Peter Pan, and they could have found the shadow a long time ago, but they just weren't. And it makes you feel really bad because apparently they had promised Mary, Winnie's mom, that she would go back home safely, and she didn't. But there's
I was actually really sad. I felt bad for them in that moment.
There was a very weird fight sequence. It felt very weird because it was so quick, and then everyone was dead.
Yeah, and it felt kind of random too. I was like, what the hell?
Okay, I guess they're fighting everyone now. But the shadow was found. It was in a little box. And at the end of the book, they went back to Neverland with the shadow. And they took Winnie because Winnie feels like there's something that's about to happen and she wants to help them.
It honestly surprised me that that's how the book ended. I was like, I feel like something else is missing. Like, and I didn't know it was a series. Or I don't know how many there are. But
there's like 4, I think, or 3. How
really?
would I know that?
Well, I didn't know. How would have you already read them or what?
No. Weird that you said that, dude.
Weird that you would say that. What?
Dude, as soon as this book ended, I was like, man, I need to reread Den of Vipers.
Oh my God. It's so funny because at some points I was like, damn, I bet you anything Cheli is like
going crazy,
thinking about the times that you made those like TikToks for Den of Vipers.
Thank you. More than one.
Those are funny, honestly.
Dude. Okay. No, wait, what did you say I was going to rate this?
I said a 4 only because of nostalgia.
Okay. Knowing what you know, who do you think my favorite Lost Boy is?
The nice one.
Okay.
Is that Cass?
It was Cass. No, he's not my favorite.
No?
No.
Wait, I
love him. He's actually my second favorite. Yeah.
Oh
second
God.
guess.
Is it Vane?
Yeah. I really like Vane.
I didn't want it to be Vane.
It's like how I felt about Garrett.
Oh my god. Not again. Why? Okay. I need you to elaborate. Why is he your favorite? Go.
I just
wow, love that. I love
Okay.
Just left you speechless.
Don't paint me as the enemy here. All of these bitches be murdering. Like, they're all murderers, okay? So don't make me seem like I have bad taste in men because they're all bad. Even Cass. But the reason I like Vane is because he's the only one that, like, talks to her and hasn't had sex with her yet. And I just like that they have, like, they're building a relationship rather than they've just had sex. Because that's kind of what it was.
This is not that type of story, Cheli.
This is not. I know it
This is not. This is not what we're here for.
But Bash was like level 1. You know, that didn't take much. Cass is level 2. And then Peter Pan, he was like level 3, okay? Fucking Vane, he's like level 5. Like, she's really got to level up to get to that point, to have sex with him. So, Ted was extra level 0.
I don't think his name was Ted.
And no, it wasn't. He didn't have a fucking name. He was lost as fuck.
I think he was addressed as some like lost boy, right?
Yeah, he was
some new lost boy.
New lost boy who dis. Yeah, he was a lost boy.
Who's lost again.
I really liked Cass too. I don't know what it is with these types of books. Reverse harems. That's what they are. Dude, they got me in their clutches.
I think they're just called Why Choose now.
Really? I've never heard that.
Yeah. Really? I feel like I always hear that.
Why is it called
trope?
That?
Why? Because, you know, why should she choose? Why choose? Just have them all.
Wow, you're completely right. I never knew that. Dude, we're going to have a whole month dedicated to reverse harems.
I don't know about that.
My, remember in Den of Vipers when they had that sex scene where they all had sex with her as a family? Because, you know.
That's what I literally was thinking to myself, wait a minute. When I finished the book, I was like, wait, they didn't all have sex with her at the same time. What happened?
Because that's going to be in book 2, of course. But they kind of did.
Or maybe book 3, honestly.
After Ted dead, they kind of did.
Kind of, but not really.
I think it was romantic anyway. And honestly...
oh my God. So you give it a 5?
No, I didn't say that.
You give it a 5?
Don't be silly. I didn't say that.
I guessed 4. If you go any higher than a 4, I'm going to be shocked.
You know what, though? I'm going to be very honest with you. And don't hate me, because I actually don't know how you feel about this.
I will. I can.
Okay. Can you hold my hand? I have my hand on my phone. Can you hold your phone?
Yes, I'm caressing my phone.
Okay. I hate Peter Pan.
Wait, you know what? We already had this conversation, I think. But you said you didn't say hate. You didn't use those exact words.
I'm sorry.
You said that you never really got into Peter Pan.
I need to be honest with you now on the podcast.
Here.
I like
we're having a very open session here. Sorry, guys. Please bear with us.
Anytime I see that Cheli. Lost man, I can't. I fucking can't. I hate Peter Pan so much.
Wow.
Even when we read fucking Hooked, I was like, I can't tell Yajaira, it's going to break her heart. But I don't like Peter Pan.
Oh my God. That is so funny. I didn't know you hated him. I thought you just weren't like into him.
I think I didn't like him because of the amount of Peter Pan merch that was around my life because of all of my friends who really like Tinkerbell. And don't get me wrong, I fucking love Tinkerbell. I fucking hate Peter Pan.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. Did you also hate the Peter Pan movie?
The one with Robin Williams? No. Hook? No.
No, the other one.
Which one? Oh, yes.
Damn. So your hate goes deep. Can I change my guess? Damn it.
Dude, honestly, I don't have a rating in mind, but if you want to do overall thoughts, do you want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead if you want.
hatred and animosity put aside, I think
I think my bias aside,
I think these Why Choose Now or Reverse Harem books, I don't know, they just got me in their clutches, honestly. And I was down for that, but I don't really know how to feel about the main character. I just felt like she's like a lot, like she has a lot of issues that are just kind of like not regarded, like the fact that she probably has an eating disorder and they just kind of like, well, look at her. And it's kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
She probably has a lot of trauma with growing up. Like, I don't know. She has a lot and it's not addressed. I know they'll never address it in a reverse harem, but it seems like a weird character to put in a reverse harem. But I guess that's what they did in Den of Vipers. But anyway, so I wasn't really a fan of her. I fucking love the twins. Love them bitches. And I loved, I think I loved Bane. Peter Pan, I can live without him. Like, honestly, like, he ain't that special. He sleeps in a fucking tomb, that loser. But, overall.
He's like a vampire.
Overall, as much as, like, I enjoyed reading this one, I do not see myself picking up the second one unless I literally have nothing else to do. So, thank you for the nice little read. Really love that part where that man's heart literally was taken out. 5 out of 5 sex scenes. I like the spice so much in this book. I think I would give this book a 3 out of 5.
A 3? Are you sure? Think about it. Think about it. Do you not feel like... Don't you feel like, based on nostalgia, based on how much you love, you know, those spicy scenes, in your heart, don't you see like a 3.8976?
Honestly, I probably would, but there was like a lack of, how do I say this?
Depth?
No, a lack of like snake-like figures. I don't, what's the word?
Oh my god.
I think it's
Vipers?
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Cobras. Is it a cobra?
It might be cobra, actually. There was no snake-like figures in this story. It is not Den of Vipers. It will never be Den of Vipers. I'm sorry. How do you recreate art? You can't. You can't recreate art. Okay.
You just can't do it. It's been done already.
I still enjoyed reading it. I'd probably give it a 3.5.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Thank you guys for listening. Okay, so for me, I had a different experience. It's not that I don't like Peter Pan. I feel like Peter Pan and me, we have a good relationship. Semi-good relationship.
That's good.
So when I started the book, I kind of felt a certain way. I feel like this is very unpopular. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I really don't like when books start with a sex scene. Like, it just, I don't know, like, it just throws me off, especially because it was a bad sex scene.
Oh.
So.
And the fact that they said she made a porn face.
Oh, I know. Literally. I was like, fuck. I agree with Cheli where I wasn't really sure how to feel about the main character, but I feel like I don't like her. I don't know. To me, this book lacked, I guess, depth. I don't know. Like, everything was so, like, surface. And then when they started liking her, it happened so fast.
It did.
Like, I don't think anything meaningful happened for them to be like, damn, you know what? She's one of ours. Because I remember when I got to that point when one of them was like, that's our Winnie. It's like, what? You guys?
Fucking when?
How? Since when? When did this happen? I try not to be like too, I guess, critical sometimes.
No, be critical.
But I really didn't enjoy this book. I don't know. Like, there were some moments where I was like, damn, I want to DNF this, but it's pretty short, so I was like, I'm almost done with it.
Dude.
Yeah, I didn't like any of the guys. Like, none of them. I wouldn't choose any of them.
Okay.
If
Go ahead, just rip the Band-Aid. Go ahead.
I don't have any interest in reading the next book unless this one like fucking blows up and everyone's like, please read the next one. Then maybe, but I honestly doubt that's gonna happen. So I think for now I'm good. I would probably give this one a 1. I really didn't like this book.
What do you have against reverse harems? Because, like, honestly, Den of Vipers slapped.
Why choose? Why choose?
Why did they change it?
Den of Vipers was so fucking long. It's so funny because Den of Vipers was really long and the Never King is really short, and both of them no substance, literally none. I don't know how I read all of Den of Vipers.
That's so weird
because every single day of my life.
That's so weird because when I read both of those, I thought they had a lot of heart. Honestly, I'm changing my rating. 5 out of 5.
It had a lot of heart, but it was because it was Ted's heart. That's not fair.
It had a lot of one heart. One Ted heart.
One bloody heart. That was it.
Dude, I fucking can't. The fact that they all had fucking sex with her at the same time. Those scenes are so funny to me because can you imagine fucking Peter Pan is like fucking her and then it's just like Cass and Bash, they like make eye contact and it's like, I love you, man. This is like a real special moment.
Oh my.
And they like,
oh
yeah,
my
I love you
God.
too. Bitch, I love you too. Oh, it's our turn. It's our turn.
And there's something about twins also where it just like gives me the ick. I'm like, ew.
Yeah, I don't like that they were
both?
actually like related to each other because it's like I don't want to. What the fuck? Bash, and they both slept in the same bed with her, and it was kind of like
yeah.
Okay, it was cute when Den of Vipers did it, but
no, it wasn't.
It was. Oh my God.
No. Okay. It wasn't. Don't lie.
Hey everyone, welcome to our new segment where I fucking try to convince Yajaira to like reverse harems and why choose nows. Okay. It's because we found family.
We've only read 2 though. So I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the first issue. Why have we only read 2? Tune in.
I don't know.
Tune in every single day until the end of this year. We're just gonna do reverse harems.
No, we're not.
We'll start off with a reread of Den of Vipers.
Oh my God, girl! I would never finish that. I would DNF so fast.
No, you can't do that to me. Do you just? Am I just Ted to you? Just tearing my heart out and just stepping on it and leaving it on the table?
What are you
not even saying words anymore?
No, I love you.
Wait.
Please.
What? Fucking sweating. Thank you.
Too. Oh my God.
Thank you to everyone who listened to our episode. If you are listening to us in audio form, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Amazon Music, or anywhere you get your podcasts on, thank you so much. If you can please leave a review and a rating of 5 stars, just like I gave this book. 5 stars. That would be amazing.
No, you didn't.
Okay. Technicalities. Thank you. If you would also like to help with exposure, telling your friends, family, loved ones, anyone about us helps a lot because everyone knows that the best type of exposure is through word of mouth. If you have like an extra $5, you're like washing your laundry and just a 5 comes out. And Abe Lincoln. What can they do, Yajaira?
So we did make a Patreon that for now is really just if anyone is listening and just really wants to give us a little bit more support, an extra boost of support, you can find us on patreon.com/bookfix.
And if you are watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We post every Tuesday and Thursday. We're not updated with YouTube. I'm so sorry. But please, if you would like to follow us there too, it means a lot. If you would like to follow us on social media, we are active on TikTok. You can follow us at The Book Fix, TheBookFix. And you can also follow us on Instagram and Threads at The Book Fix Pod, TheBookFixPod. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. It just didn't have enough heart as Den of Vipers, honestly.
Oh my God. There was literally a heart here. Literally. There was literally a heart.
No, you don't get it.
You don't get it.
Can I be honest with you? The only name I remember from Den of Vipers is Garrett. Go, name all the Vipers. Go.
What? Okay, Garrett, Kenzo.
Oh, you're right.
Diesel, Ryder.
Oh my
Why am I
God.
Why am I think I'm missing someone. Oh my God, was that it?
Yeah, it was 4
Was
of
there
them
only
and then
4?
Roxy.
Oh, why did I think there was 5?
Okay, wait. Hold on.
It was Pan Shadow.
Are you a Viperhead?
No. I just feel like that book traumatized me so much that I'll just never forget. I'll just never forget their names, unfortunately. Did you see how fast that came out of me? Did you see that?
I
Damn.
know. Oh my
Wait,
God.
there. I didn't say Garrett's name, so it is 5.
No, it's 4. It's Garrett, Diesel, Kenzo, and Ryder. Why are you trying to add a 5th Viper?
Diesel.
Have you read my
Kenzo,
Viper fan fiction?
Right. it's just a U. It's just a YN.